Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the All Over Overland Show. It's Tuesday night, 8 o'clock, like clockwork. Me and the old white bearded guy, sometimes known as Ho Ho Santa. He'll be on in a minute. Anyway, hey, welcome to the show. Thanks for watching. Real quick, before we get started, let me give a shout out to our sponsors, the More Expos. You saw that image I had up on the screen there. So More Expo coming in April 8th, 9th, 10th. I always forget the dates for some reason. I don't know why it won't stick in my head. But anyway, the More Expo and Chad Overland Attic, CBI, Prinsu Design, and gosh, who else am I forgetting tonight? I know I'm forgetting somebody. Big Iron Rally. There you go, Big Iron. Hell yeah. So anyway, tonight's show, we were going to have Casey from Coyote Works, but he got called into he works for one of a city up in Oregon. And so they were having some kind of meeting, planning and commission meeting or something he needed to go to. So we're going to have him on another time. So Michael and I decided tonight we're just going to talk about, well, we're going to talk about camping in the cold, because last week we had Jason from Mountain State and we had Chad from Living the Van Life, and both these guys do a little bit on the extreme side, probably Chad more than anybody. So we thought, hey, let's talk about camping in the cold. So as we get through this, I'm going to bring Michael in and we'll start, talking about some of the things that we think are helpful, whether it be tools that you could take with you or pre-planning or whatever it is. Chime in, let us know what you use, and you never know, we might send you a link and have you jump in and talk with us. So here's the man with the plan, Mr. Michael Hayden.
Hey everybody, welcome to the All Over Overland Show. I of course am Michael. This is Lee. I don't know why I do that whenever you do the introduction, but I feel better whenever I start that way.
It's quite all right. It's your show.
I'm just the
helper.
It's kind of a thing. Hey, you want to know something funny? So I've got my high camp flask, and I've got the top and the bottom off, and I've got it's a metal shop table from one of the schools around here. I don't know which one because I bought it used.
They let you go into schools?
I didn't buy it from the school. I bought it from a dude. But this, because it has that magnet in
there, it's stuck. Hey, so let's go ahead and start the night off with a mandatory whiskey.
We're doing
shot.
it.
What are you drinking?
I'm drinking our Old Faithful Oil Fire whiskey. I got to tell you, it's just the best whiskey that I've ever had. Oh shit! I got all kinds of stuff going on. Okay,
all right, to everybody out there.
Ooh, I might have poured a little too much.
No such. God, this
and you know what? The top has a magnet too. I laid it down, and it stuck to the. Hold on, I'm getting ready. I wanted to make sure everybody knew I was actually drinking tonight. That's why I poured it. Cheers, everybody. We're going to talk about cold weather camping, and what better way to stay warm
that right there, buddy,
than with some oil fire whiskey. And hey, I mean, it's got fire in the name. Look over your shoulder. You got the big bottle, don't you?
I just bought that the other day at the liquor store because I was in there getting a small bottle, and I'm probably I'm going to say something I probably shouldn't, but I am actually shipping another bottle to somebody. I've shipped 3 bottles to different parts of the country, and I'm not sure. I'm not telling you where I'm going to ship this one, but I am shipping this one somewhere west. So, and now we have peeps that listen to us. Yeah, we're getting that way. So
you talked to Adam the other day, so you're going to ship it to Arizona so Adam can go pick it up in Arizona.
Well, we got to do something to save Adam because he can't get it right there or something. He said
California,
but. Yeah, but now our buddy Justin at 23-0, man, every time he passes through this part of the country, he buys a case or two.
We got a lot of people hooked on this. It's good stuff. And it's Oklahoma. I mean, it's Oklahoma brand.
Yeah, there you go. So,
hey, Jeffrey picked up a bottle today. He says in the chat, he says, I need that hat. I guess he's talking about yours because he's seen mine forever. You got your CBI hat on?
Oh, yeah, my CBI hat.
Good looking hat.
Can't have it, sorry.
Yeah, real good looking hat. Hey, girl.
Hey. So anyway, listen, tonight, since we don't have Casey,
Dude, it would have been perfect having Casey on because he camps in
know.
cold weather.
I heard a 5-minute convo about how oil fire drinkers are better than Fireball drinkers.
Well,
Well,
fuck yeah.
Fireball is for sissies, man. Shit.
Fireball's for bros. For Brett. Oh, dude, that's kind of funny. I said that.
Be careful.
Yeah, I almost went further, but they're for bros.
It's
bros
called
that don't get hose. What you drinking out of? It's my high camp flasks, man.
High camp flasks.
They're awesome.
And
so I've
this
got
is
the bigger
the
one.
double. Yeah, Michael's. This is in the box here. Is that big one?
And so this cup,
I got the shorty
right here, fits with a magnet on the bottom and on the top. I've got my other one I drank out of last time, and it's over in the kitchen. So
yeah,
with it.
Yeah,
so.
the fireballs for sissies.
Hey, Adam, we may need Adam on here because he'll know a little bit about camping in the snow, in the weather, in the cold.
Yeah, since we're going to talk
about, they had their camp out last weekend, and I would have gone even with the cold weather, but I ended up, my daughter had COVID the weekend before, and that was supposed to be my weekend, but she ended up staying with her mom. So to make up for it, I got her Friday through Saturday around 5:00. So there's just no way that I was going to make it. Yeah, I bet I did miss a good party.
Hey, I need to put down glasses on because I can't see. Is it Jaws?
Spooning solves most cold weather issues.
Yeah. So
on.
Hey, mother, what the hell are you doing? You taking over my shit?
Dude,
listen,
you gave me
whenever
control.
you go check out High Camp Flasks.
Yeah.
Tell them that you heard it on Overland Radio and tell the boys we said hey, because we ain't talked to them in a while, but they're a bunch of cool dudes. So
they are.
Adam says, yeah, missed a good party. I had thought about going, but Amelia and I left town to go to North Central Arkansas, and we got on the road, and she's like, Daddy, my stomach hurts. I'm like, damn. And anyway, she ended up with a fever and all kind of crap. So we turned.
Hey, we have a dickhead in the room.
Who? I don't know, man.
It's too hot for me.
It's just too damn hot,
Mark.
That's why he rides That's why he rides a motorcycle all the time. He's got to stay cool. Keeps his armpits dry.
Yeah. Love Mark, dude.
I can't remember. Does he have like 8 hangers on that thing?
No. He's
just
got a nice bike. And then Kyle says edibles for the wind. Oh, he's asking, do they help? You know what? It numbs everything.
Well, I tell you this, it makes you sleep and you don't think about the cold.
Exactly. Well, we're going to get into some more of that, but there's a couple other things that I wanted to mention real quick. So go over to when you're done here, and if you want, like in the morning or tomorrow sometime, go over to the All Over Overland podcast, and I'm going to talk about, is the Ford Bronco worth it? I don't think it is. Not $90,000 for the 2-door.
I'm going to have another.
Okay. Another shot, everybody. Let's have another drink.
You know what I think I'm going to do?
Hold on. I did a little research on that whole, because I drove by, the whole thing got started because I drove by a Volkswagen dealer that's on my way to work, and they have the blue 2-door Ford Bronco, and I like the looks of the 2-door better than the 4-door. I know that I'd probably rather have the 4-door because of the room if I had a Bronco.
Yeah.
But I was like, how does the cable place have one? And then you and I were talking. You were like, well, I bet they bought it, and then they're going to mark it up like crazy.
Yeah.
And I looked it up, and it's $91,000 in change.
Shit.
For the 2-door. And it didn't say that it was a Badlands. It didn't say that it was a Sasquatch. It just said 2021 Ford Bronco.
Damn.
And it's not the Sport. It's not the piece, obviously at that price. So,
that's just insane.
Window covers inside. And window covers inside. Yeah. I've seen people take the aluminum looking ones that are the shades.
Yeah.
But they're the aluminum, and cut them to fit there, and then put little magnets on them.
Just wait. There's more shots coming up.
Yeah. There's always shots. What do you mean?
Here's the deal.
The memo.
If we send you a link to join us here on the radio live, you better damn well have something to drink. And we prefer the oil fire, but if you don't have the oil fire, we'll let you get by with something.
Yeah, every conversation starts with a shot. So if you accept if we send out invitations for call in, if you accept, you have to do a shot right when you start. And it could be a beer, could be a glass of beer, but whatever. You have to have a drink. And if you're faking it and put something else in there, it's whatever. That's your own issue. You have to.
I like Blue Flame moonshine.
Ooh, that sounds pretty good.
That sounds like some shit we run our car engines off of.
I know. That sounds like some Mason Berry shit.
Speaking of that dirt bag, where the hell's he been?
I don't know, man.
All right, he's probably now. You want to stay warm? There's your way to stay warm.
What are we doing? I see people in the background.
Oh! Hang on a second. Hold on. He's probably now. You want to stay warm? What are you drinking? There's your way.
Hey, where's your shots? What are we doing? Hey, you got to turn your sound. You got to you're on the radio.
Hang on a second. Hold on. Turn your shit
Mute
down.
them.
Now you want to stay warm? There's your way.
Hey, where's your shots? What are we doing? Hey, you got to turn your sound. You got to you're on the radio. Rookies.
I'm telling you.
Rookies
killing us.
You can't have your speakers on when you're on the radio.
So wait a minute. They're
looking at each other. I'm talking to you too. Ashley and Jeff. Are we good now? Can we unmute them? You can't have your speakers on when you're on the radio. No. Muted. Yeah. You do a show on Wednesday. You know how this works. Bye, Felicia. But Jeff went and bought some. We got to get his take on it though. Okay, she's waving her hand. Does that mean she's okay now?
I don't know. Let's see.
Are we good? Okay.
Can you hear us now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had all this feedback.
It was just us talking.
I know.
No, it was great.
Okay, now let me ask: is this your first time drinking oil fire?
Technically, yes. Other than the sip you gave me at the island campout.
Yeah, because I didn't have very much left.
No.
So, have you had a sip yet?
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Oh yeah. So give us an honest opinion on it.
I'm not a big cinnamon guy, but this is definitely drinkable.
Right?
Is it better than Fireball?
By far.
Okay, so we got a thumb up on Jeff. All right, Ashley.
I like it. I like
Yes,
Fireball
you
to begin with, but this is 10 times better than Fireball.
Yeah. She's a whiskey drinker.
Yeah, it's good stuff. It's good.
So do you want to
let's do a plug real quick. Who are you going to have on your show tomorrow?
Arla Crest. Sorry, I cannot talk today.
No, that's all right.
You've been drinking the oil fire?
I have been drinking the oil fire.
Yeah. So Jeffrey, tell us real quick. So since she's a whiskey drinker, I mean, you got any good stories? I mean, she copped a squat right in the middle
Jeff
of public
looks
or
good.
anything?
I don't know what's
Jeff's
going on.
dapper tonight. Look at him.
I'm actually still in my work clothes.
but he's looking dapper.
I think the beard looks good. Like it's everything's looking right.
Got to take after you, sir.
Did he polish your forehead? It's all shiny today.
You need to get some white paint, buddy.
You get a little wax on.
Well, I'm hitting that 40, starting to lose the hair.
Yeah, that's when you start wearing hats, man.
Dude, it ain't 40. It ain't 40. It's what's sitting next to you that causes that hair loss.
Amen.
Hey,
I can't imagine.
That's the great.
All right.
Hey, since you're on here, let's ask another question. Since this is going to be a weather-related show, what is your, and I'm putting you on the spot, okay?
Okay.
What is your go-to cold weather remedy? Like, what do you have to have when it's cold?
Our 0 degree sleeping bag. It's like a necessity.
Okay. Do you remember what brand it is?
Teton.
Teton?
Yeah,
okay.
It's the Teton Mammoth. So it's the big sleeping bag. We usually put down a big thick blanket underneath and just
insulation's good.
Blanket.
Yeah.
So there's something I learned about sleeping bags is their rating, the 0 degree rating.
Yeah.
That could be a risk, like you can take it to 0 degrees, or it could be that it's a comfort. So it's comfortable at 0 degrees, or is the extreme of that sleeping bag 0 degree? And it's like a certain kind of rating that you have to know what you're looking for. I didn't know about that until today because I was doing a little bit of research. I thought the weather rating meant that was, well, in my mind, I think that's the extreme. Like you could take it to that extreme and survive,
Right.
you know,
Right.
but there's some that's a comfort. It's a
Yeah, I
comfort
say
zone
we've
kinda
been
thing.
in that one up to down to 18 degrees, and it was super comfortable in it. So
Yeah.
I believe full-heartedly 0 degrees would be perfect with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. My theory on sleeping bags when it comes to their weather rating is add 10 degrees to
I can
it.
see that one.
Yeah, that makes
You
sense.
know, I mean, because you're even with a 0 degree bag at 0 degrees, you're gonna struggle. I mean,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
gonna
definitely.
be you're gonna live, but it's gonna be you could still be kind of chilly.
Right. It's
So,
like
and
getting out of it in the
I don't
morning.
I don't know why Lee left, but he
I
just
don't
left without saying anything.
know. He's got
Is that a Lego Defender 90 on the top shelf? Yes, it is. They
Yes,
have
it
a
is.
Lego Defender 90.
Yes, it is.
Very good that you saw. Oh, there's the sweetheart.
Had to
Aw.
she's tired. She's had her night meds, so she's sleepy, but when she sleeps, we have to snuggle every night before she
Well,
goes to
yeah.
bed.
Totally.
So, since mom's out on a cruise for the next 2 weeks, it's just the two of us.
Aw.
Hmm.
So
Right
she'll
on.
she'll
Keeps
probably
his
get-
house at 15 degrees anyway.
We're not going to talk about Nessa and his habits. He's just crazy.
That sounds insane. And then it says Jeff keeps his house at 105 degrees.
105
No.
degrees.
They came through and turned off all the fans. That's what happened.
Oh, really? That's too
Yeah.
funny. That is too funny. Well, right on, man. Your show is doing awesome. Your numbers are phenomenal.
Thank you.
So congratulations on great success on the early, stages of your show. You're doing just great with your Women's Wednesday.
I appreciate it. I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's fun getting the guest on and hearing their side of things and sharing, the woman's perspective on what we go through and handle.
And now you don't have to yell at me like, ask the question I want you to ask. That was always my thing whenever I'd listen to podcast. It was like, why aren't you asking, like you just talked about X, and the simple question that everybody wants to know is this, and they just don't think of it because you're in the moment. But whenever you're running the show, you get to ask whatever damn question you want to.
That's right.
Yeah, now it's my job to yell at both of you.
But see, exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Right on.
Exactly.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us on the quick little impromptu moment there. And
make sure you come back tomorrow 8:00 to watch Women's Wednesdays.
Yes, with Arla, it's going to be great.
Yep.
Okay.
Ashley's
you guys rock. Thank you so much.
Get drunk and Jeffrey's gonna regret it.
I mean, maybe. You never know.
No,
maybe a little bit.
Come on, Jeffrey. It's kind of like my wife. She starts drinking. I'm like, hot damn, it's a sure thing tonight.
No comment.
I can say that because it's kind of in code, so nobody really knows what I'm talking about here. Anyway,
yeah, no, not
see
at all.
See you later.
All right, bye.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Right on. Okay, so let's break into before we bring somebody else out. I've got a couple things since we're talking about cold weather camping. You know what the big thing is? Don't sweat.
Yeah, don't get all hot and sweaty. Yeah.
So
or
it's one of those things. You think that you need to stay active to keep warm.
Yeah.
But really, when you stay active, you're just going to get hot and sweaty, and that is a killer when it comes to cold weather because you just get colder. You never get warm. You keep having the chills all night. You're in your inner layer of clothing because you should layer up. That's the next one. Wear layers.
Yeah.
But that gets wet and then it never dries.
Yeah.
So do your things slower in winter camping. Don't be in a damn hurry because you're just going to get hot and sweaty. Take breaks. Make sure that if you feel yourself getting on the verge of getting hot and sweaty, you need to stop and relax for a little while. Another thing is wear layers. I mean, that's common. Like most people think of that. But the one thing that I think that people don't realize is that you can put 2 sleeping bags in a sleeping bag. Like you can put a sleeping bag in a sleeping bag.
Yep.
And I've got like the extra big man sleeping bag. And it's a 30-degree bag. And then I can put, and it's an off brand, but then I can put I've got a North Face 0-degree bag that actually is a summer and winter bag because it has 2 layers to it that you can zip off and make it cooler and warmer and all that kind of stuff. So I'll slide that sometimes because when we camp somewhere for for the More Expo. I can't remember that place we camped, but it was cold, and I put my bag inside of a bag, and I was totally fine. Totally fine. So those are two of the things. Another thing we talked a little bit about to Jeff and Ashley is that not all the ratings are correct on your sleeping bags. And I didn't know that until today, whenever I was doing some research for the show. So there's a comfort rating and a risk rating.
Yeah.
And you got to know which one is which, because the risk rating basically means that's the very extreme that the bag can handle anything.
Oh,
And
see,
then
I
there's
didn't
a
know that
comfort
either.
rating to where you'll be able to fall asleep. But if it's at the extreme rating, you probably won't be able to fall asleep.
Yeah.
And my
You're going to be
general
able to
rule of-
survive, but that's about it.
yeah. My general rule of thumb is usually add 10 degrees to whatever they say the bag is rated at.
Yeah.
You know, that's just kind of the way I do it. Headgear. Yeah. Headgear's a good one. And insulate underneath your sleeping bag. Now, this is especially important for the ground people, but I think it goes to place in your rooftop tent. Now, in your rooftop tent, you're going to have insulation already. You're going to have a mattress, you know, but it doesn't hurt to add something else, a blanket underneath you. You know, it works a lot underneath your sleeping bag. And if you have an air mattress, don't blow it up. Don't use your lungs to blow it up, because the moisture in your lungs, if it's freezing outside, could cause problems with your bag. So we've got other things that we'll talk about. We'll hit those in a little bit, but yeah, cold weather camping. Would you rather cold weather camp or be too hot?
I think I'd rather cold weather camp.
Yeah, because you can only get so naked.
I mean, that's true. And even then, you know, in today's time, you can't run out and jump in the creek and cool off naked, because you'll go to jail and make a list.
Yep.
So I don't know. There's something about sleeping in the cold weather, though, that's much more appealing to me, primarily because you can have your heater to bring the temp up. You got your sleeping bag or whatever it is you're using, and you can layer. And I don't know, I just sleep better when it's cooler. I do personally. When I'm hot, man,
I can't handle being hot.
It just
Only time I want to be hot is in a hot tub. That's it. And a shower. I do like a shower. Like a hot shower.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Jeep wave like a dork. Michael Gonzalez. I totally agree. I think cold weather is although it still sucks, I'd rather be in my 70 degrees during the day and upper 50s at night. I'd rather be in that range for camping, but beggars can't be choosers. And if you ask Oklahoma, that happens 2 months out of the or 2 weeks out of the year. you get the perfect weather. Yeah If I'm sweating, I can't sleep. I totally agree. Agree. Breathe better in the cold weather.
I do for the most part. Then if I try to run a marathon, which that's a sight in itself, but then it's sometimes hard to breathe.
The only thing that sucks is whenever you're up in your rooftop tent and you try to pee in a bottle, you can't find your pecker because it's cold.
What?
It's cold, man. There's shrinkage. It was cold. Like in
I was thinking the whole part about shivering and it just going everywhere.
Oh, yeah, there's a problem too. Yeah. And make sure that you use make sure you got the big mouth bottle.
The big Gatorade bottle.
The big Gatorade bottle.
Yeah.
That's always the best.
See,
electric blanket. I haven't used an electric blanket yet because I just got one not too long ago. But that's on my list to try out. Definitely.
Yeah.
Another thing that we were going to talk about is the Mr. Buddy heaters.
Yep.
So I've used one several times camping. I know people get freaked out about them. I've always woken up in the morning, but I always ventilate, at least a little bit of ventilation, no matter how cold it is outside, because there is that fear. Because we have a friend.
Yep, we do.
That probably could have died. Luckily, they woke up. But it goes to show that they make trailers, and their trailers are so airtight that the heat and the propane, the burn, sucked all the oxygen out. It wasn't necessarily carbon. but it
Sounds
just
like somebody else is speaking from experience.
sucked all the oxygen out. And luckily they woke up and opened up the door and let some air in.
Yeah, they woke up and said they both were kind of like having a hard time breathing.
Short of breath. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, apparently when they went to bed, they had the little buddy heater on, Mr. Buddy heater, and it just sucked all the oxygen. It was off, and they were like, they got cold. And so when but they didn't have any air in there. So they had to crack the vents and get some air in there.
Yeah. So definitely vent if you're using it. But I mean, I've never had any issues. I've never been concerned, never had any issues, all that kind of stuff. So, well, there's John. Go buy your All Over Overland shirt at Long Creek Overland. Thank you very much.
And about a dozen or so others out there too. He's got them all.
They got all the people. All the
Except
people.
for me, I can't make up my fucking mind. But anyway, that's another story.
Well, the good thing is if you knock a little buddy over, they turn off.
Yeah.
They won't stay lit. So, and I've tried that.
Man, who cares about COVID? Get out there and go camp and test out your shit anyway.
Yeah, the COVID sucks though.
Here's my take on COVID. Screw it.
Hey, I mean, people are really getting sick.
They are.
I saw somebody posted. The school sent them tests.
Yeah.
Wherever they're at. And they put tap water on 2 drops of tap water on the test. And they got the 2 bars that said they were positive for COVID. They cut it. They showed it in the video. They cut it out of the package. They put it on the table, all on video. You never lost sight of the test. And they dripped two drops of tap water on it. And you watch that, that red kind of goes across the testing.
I've never seen one.
You've never seen one. Well, the red goes across the testing screen. You wait a little bit, and then the lines show up, kind of like a pregnancy test. And it had the 2 lines, which one's kind of the test is working, and the other one's do you have it or not? And it had 2 lines, and it was just water.
And for those of y'all that are listening, Michael has peed on one of those pregnancy test things, and it came back positive too.
Wow. Just wow.
I love you, man. Anyway.
Wow.
Honestly, I've never seen one of those tests, and I'll also be honest about something is that I stay as far away from the testing thing as I possibly can. Just primarily,
it's where all the damn sick people are.
It is, and I mean everybody except for me and Amelia here have been vaccinated in the family because they were basically forced to, and every one of them has gotten COVID again.
Well, and I'll tell you, Lee's on the extreme side. I'm pretty ultra conservative, but I've been vaccinated. My dad has diabetes. I was traveling quite a bit and going out of state a lot. And, they were talking about shutdowns, all that kind of stuff. So I just was like, fuck it, I'm going to go ahead and do it. It wasn't that my political leaning is that way. It was just, I'm just going to go ahead and fucking do it. Woke. Hey, go back up there. Someone asked a question that's going to cause a fight. Kyle asked a question that's going to cause a fight.
Oh shit, here we go.
So I think they're badass. I still think at what are they, $68,000 for the cheapest one?
I don't know.
I think they're still a little high on the price. I mean, learn from Tesla. You need to bring those prices down. I think as far as all the utility things that they offer, I'd love to see a gas version with all those utility things that are offered. But I think technology, they've got it. But the better looking vehicles are the Chevy, the Dodge. The Toyota looks really good, but the Toyota looks like a Toyota right now, and that's not coming out until 2030? Because we've had this conversation before. So by 2030, trucks aren't going to look the same.
No,
they're just not. They're gonna.
But I need y'all to all understand something. EVs is not where it's at. Hybrids, I'm on board with some hybrid stuff, but this whole electric vehicle thing, totally against it. No, well, that's a good possibility too, but I'm just totally against all this. I think lithium batteries are great, but there's already some studies coming out that Just yeah.
With a diesel upgrade.
You son of a bitch.
Man, Eric, you know Lee pretty well. Yeah.
So the lithium batteries, they already are starting to have conversations now about lithium, them running out of lithium.
Yeah.
And then the other side of this thing is that, the government is spending all these millions, hundreds of millions of dollars to put in these charging stations. Well, I got news for y'all. Those charging stations only get their power from fossil fuels in the grid. And our grid system sucks anyway. So now you're just tapping more into the grid. So I think we're trying to, I think things like hybrids are pretty cool. I will say this. If you haven't watched Trail Recon's new video on the 4xe Jeep, which is a hybrid, I think it's pretty cool. I'm not sure that, getting only 20 miles off of one charge before the engine starts up and go, that's all it is, about 20 miles.
Oh, well, a lot of those hybrids are that way. It's either 20 miles or 50 miles of pure electric until
yeah. And so I think that
but if you're a grocery getter and you're just going to the grocery store and back, then you're saving all your shit.
Right. It to me, the 4xe that's palatable. It really is. But to sit here and just try to ram these EVs down, and I'd like to ram those EVs in some other people's places. But
yeah, but if you're going to do that, the diesel Jeep is much better.
Well, think about this. I mean, I got a 4-cylinder diesel that gets better fuel mileage than most 4-cylinder gas cars. Not all of them, but most of them. And I don't understand why we don't push that. The shit burns clean.
Yeah.
Plus, if I run out of DEF, I can piss in the tank.
Hey, is it pronounced Yancey? Yancey Woods? Yancey? It's got a V, a CV. The CV's throwing me off. But his Element is badass. Have you seen that?
I don't think I've seen it. I need to see
a lift on it with bigger tires.
Really?
And don't they make the Ursa Minor for the Element?
Hold on, I got to block some jackass.
Uh-oh.
Somebody in the comments.
that foreign person.
Yeah, they're probably from Uzbekistan.
Well, they're probably saying things that are fine, but we just don't know what they're saying.
Yeah, sorry.
Don't
mean to be hateful, but put it in English.
We're worldwide, but we really don't know what's going on. You can send us a private message and say, "Hey, look, I'm on the up and up." Fine, but other than that, it's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have the infrastructure yet. They're trying to work on it. I mean, I see those charging stations popping up everywhere, but like Lee said, how did we get into this from cold weather? That's fine.
Hold on. Michael says that we're crazy?
Yeah. He thinks we're crazy.
I thought Frank was not. Frank who?
Dude, Frank, yeah. Frank is crazy. Michael's all right, but Frank, when he's in his Frank character, oh dude. A whole nother level. A whole fucking nother level.
Haha, Yanessa.
Unessa?
Fuck it, we're gonna change your name. I'm gonna tell you right now, we're gonna change your name.
Woods. That's what we're calling you. Woods.
We're gonna call him Woody.
Yeah.
Yep, it's
Ness.
Woody. Change
Jeffrey
your name.
said call him Ness.
Oh hell no, that's just too generic.
No, I can do that. I can call him Ness.
Like
because
Woody
we got
better.
Adam Woods. then we'll get confused. You talking about Adam? Or you talking about Nessie?
Oh God, you guys are always just
maybe we should call him Nessie. So
Nessie.
So you're totally right. I mean, we both I think read that article the same day about the lithium's going to be gone, possibly if they start ramping if every manufacturer goes to electric, which means they're using lithium, we'll run out of it way faster than we'd ever run out of oil.
Let me tell you how this is going to play.
All right, tell me.
All right, and everybody listen to me because I want you to mark this down on your calendars. Right now, all your automobile manufacturers and everybody around the country, and I say everybody, a lot of people around the country, and I'm not totally against the lithium. I think there's some places for it. But right now, they're all catering to one administration. Because and this is going to be a little bit political, because one group of people thinks that this is the only way to save the planet, when NASA just said not too long ago that our glaciers are actually growing in some areas. But anyway, once this administration changes, and it will eventually, and it will become a different administration, this whole EV thing is not going to go away. It's just going to kind of get shuffled a little bit further back on the plate.
Here's the deal. I think EV has its place, but I think it's a small place, and it's in your probably highly populated areas. It's not in your Oklahomas and Arkansas and Missouris, and probably not even Texas, because there's too much distance between cities, like all that kind of thing for president. Wow. Best tooth president we'd ever have. That's for sure.
Damn.
But yeah, it's just not going to work. Now, granted, I mean, I don't know the exact numbers, but supposedly you're going to run out of, the oil at some point. There's going to be another technology come out that is going to be so much better than electric. It's just not there yet.
I know, and this whole thing with cold weather has just turned into something completely different. But the thing is that there already are other options out there, but our government just shuns them. All right, let me tell you, everybody that's listening or watching, go look up graphene batteries.
Yeah,
they're working on the technology, and graphite is so abundant, and it takes so little to build these batteries.
You told me about this 2 years ago?
Yeah, I mean, and it's slowly making a progress, so graphene, there's another, there's all these things. Michael just mentioned hydrogen. There's, all these different things. And I think that they play an integral part in our society.
I'm not so sure that we're not going to have nuclear powered bullshit.
Yeah, but then you got the waste, and then you got, there's, but you could be right. Honestly, you could be right. Maybe we need to get Michael J. Fox and that crazy ass professor and just get
the flux capacitor.
Yeah, get the flux capacitor out and figure out how to dump garbage in that shit and turn it around.
Yeah.
But the EVs are going to have a place, but we have enough oil. There's oil that they know that's under the surface, and I think it's another 120 something years. Well, by then, we know technology is going to change.
Hey, Michael Gonzalez, she needs to know her role. That's right. Know your role.
Man.
He posts about her knowing her role all the time.
Ooh. Yeah. I bet he's got black eyes too.
He gets on it.
Anyway, all right, that's my rant. Let's go back
all right. And I think the reason why we started on the Rivian, I think Eric asked, wasn't it Eric or Kyle asked the question, is that I guess the Rivians have a heater that can stay on all night. Now, what does that do to your battery?
That's impressive if it does.
Yes, but then you lose the next day's use of power.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how much it draws to keep the battery going, but
find me a diesel pump. I'm happy.
Yep. Oh, there's another thing. You've got an alley cab. When are you going to get the diesel heater in your alley cab? Because that would be a game damn changer, especially for us, because I say us, because especially for people that live here, because we don't have the elevation of over, 7,000 feet, 6,000 feet when they start kind of puttering.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm torn because of the heating in that thing. 1 minute I want to go diesel heater. 1 minute I want to go to that propane fireplace thing. And as crazy as it sounds, and I know everybody's going to laugh at me when I tell you this, but then there's another time that I look at it and they make the little propane fireplace. They make one that uses wood and pellets.
Well, that's what I was going to say. You need just a little wood stove.
But the problem is you got to have a longer pipe out the top to get the smoke and everything away from the tent.
Well, just put it up taller in the camper. Put it up in the top corner.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably some way, but I ain't gonna lie.
Can you not vent that like up and over just a little bit? Like put it in the corner and just go up and over, so it doesn't have to go through the tent area. It can go out to the top side of it, or does it have to go straight up?
I think it has to go pretty well straight up. But for the record, and if anybody out there is interested, I did already tell a few people I was ready to sell it. So
you've mentioned it.
Yeah,
are you back to selling it?
I told Ryan at CV Adventure if he knew anybody that wanted it, I'd sell it.
Are you talking about just the alley cab or the truck and alley cab?
I'd sell the alley. I just want to sell the alley cab, but the truck I may trade in.
And dude, I talk about this and then get fucked on a new vehicle.
Hang on a minute. I got to attend to a 7-year-old.
They're too damn expensive. So, okay. So I'll go back to my list then. We were at, you need a solid pillow, not an air pillow, so I have a foam pillow from, I think it's from, where did I get that from? Columbia, maybe? Because I really like the Columbia store. I think it's Columbia.
Damn.
Can't remember exactly, but it you can compress it pretty small, but it's basically kind of a foamy kind of piece, little pieces of foam in there.
Is it the climate pillow?
I don't think so. I think it may be. But it's like a climate pillow. It's just like that, where it has like the little pocket where it rolls up into the pocket. Yeah. And really, if you like a more firm pillow, there's a more firm pillow right there when you roll it up in the pocket. But whenever you have an air pillow, you got your head on that.
Yeah, but there's nothing better than having your old lady next to you, a big set of Hooters to lay your head on.
Lay your head on a Hooter.
Those are warm and they're cozy.
Yeah. Now here's a few things that we don't think about a whole lot until it's too late. Usually, is you need to protect your water. You need to make sure that you have it. And I'm not saying, like if you got 5 gallons or 10 gallons or whatever it is that you're taking, that's probably a little harder to keep warm, but you need to at least fill up, a bottle of water and put it somewhere near you or in your sleeping bag or something, so you have water in the morning.
There's a lot I saw somebody the other day that they heat water in Nalgene bottles. Yeah. And then stick it in their sleeping bag at night, and it helps
keeps them warm.
It helps keep them.
It's like having you can do that with rocks. Although rocks make me nervous to put by the fire because some of those explode.
No shit. If they got a little air pocket and some moisture in there.
Yeah. I mean, river rock, I don't think so. I don't know. I go back and forth.
I've seen people get some serious cuts from that.
Yeah.
Really.
But the Nalgene bottle warmed up, and you can boil your water. You can get hot water and pour it in there and then put it in your bag, and it keeps you warm. That does help. Another thing that, and I got this off of the soft rotor guy.
Yeah.
That has the Nissan.
Donald. Donald.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Your doors can freeze shut.
Oh, I know. I saw that in his video. His video.
Your locks, you can't get your damn key in it because your locks freeze. And he had a bigger problem. Well, I mean, a lot of people had them with the doors on their vehicles, but he has a camper that has the locks that you need the key for, obviously.
Yep.
And he couldn't get the key in there. And then he couldn't even some of them were unlocked. He couldn't open them because they froze.
Yeah. And I know as gross as this sounds, you can piss on them things and thaw them out.
Probably.
No, really, you can't. I've seen people do it. They've peed on the lock just so they could get the door open and then get a bottle of water and, wash their hands. But I mean, extreme circumstances, means extreme measures and do what you got to do.
Yeah, totally true.
I did hear somebody say though that if you put on your locks, I think it was Vaseline.
Yes.
That if you put Vaseline over the key slot and if you put it on your seal, the rubber seal, the gasket,
it keeps the rubber from
freezing to the
Well, I mean, just the cold weather just makes that rubber.
I never thought about
it. Get hard. And it can stick and tear and stuff like that.
Yeah, you get some moisture in there and it, and it's cold enough. But I never thought about the Vaseline stuff. But yeah, I saw that too. And I thought, damn, that's a great idea. You put the Vaseline on there. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense.
The other thing is batteries do not like cold weather. You may not be able to start your vehicle in the morning.
Just spit on it. What she said. Anyway,
batteries don't like it, and like your Yeti and your Jackery and all those your Blue Yeti, all those batteries that people are using, they don't like the cold weather, man. Yeah. So you got to make sure that you protect that stuff.
Yeah.
So facts on the Vaseline on locks. Okay. Yeah. Thanks, John.
Yeah, he uses them on his farm gates. I thought he said farm goats at first. I got to get my glasses adjusted. I was like, Vaseline on your farm goat, Jonathan. What the hell? I know you're in Arkansas, but for God's sake,
those are his special nighttime goats. He gets those goats all Vaselined up, get them ready for the day.
My God, I can't.
I wondered why he always wore really tall boots. I just,
Oh my God.
huh?
Man, you just walked into that.
Yeah.
Stump. Oh God. Hey, here's to Jonathan. Another drink.
Another drink.
Oil fire to the rescue.
Oil fire whiskey. Love to have a couple bottles sent to my house, by the way. That'd be really awesome. Message me later. I'll give you the address.
Woo.
It's man. It's just good. It's just
I can't
good
believe
stuff.
we went there with Jonathan and the goats, but
Oh, I
yeah,
totally
anyway.
Totally can. He
Well,
he
you
agrees. Look at him. Yes. The other thing, like, it's funny, we had Chad on and with Living the Van Life, and we had Jason on with Mountain State Overland.
Yeah.
And I think it's funny that we told Jason that Chad's video of his winter camping capade, that, you know, that whole thing, it went so viral. 16 million views is what he's up to on that. And what was Jason do the next weekend?
He's out in the cold
He's
weather,
in the cold camping,
trying
in the
to
snow.
find the most snow that he can.
So I said, you need to make Chad with Living the Van Life proud and go make a pizza out there. And so he thought it was pretty funny.
I'll tell you somebody else, if you want to watch some serious cold weather camping, there's this young guy named Mav. That's his YouTube channel's Mav. And this joker, I mean, he doesn't do a lot of editing. He doesn't have all the fancy smancy stuff. I mean, it's just like first person everything. But this dude camps in the back of a Ford F-150 with a topper on it. And he also camps in a Volkswagen Bug that has a camper on the back of that. That picture went viral not too long ago. But this kid camps like out on the lakes, the frozen lakes, with that truck, and he ice fishes and
from the back of the truck.
Yeah, and cooks right there. You know, I mean, he does some serious shit.
Huh? I haven't seen that. Check that out.
You gotta go.
I have seen Primal Outdoors.
Yep.
He's been camping a lot in the winter. In fact,
Yes,
he just got his van stuck not too long ago.
Yep.
And he just stayed. He got it stuck, and he was like, "Look, I'll be able to dig it out in the morning. I'm not worried about it right now. I've gone further than any other tracks behind me have gone, before me have gone." So he was like, we're just gonna stay right here and camp. And, you know, I mean, obviously the video was produced, so he survived.
Yeah.
I always think it's funny when people lead with that. Do I survive the cold weather? Dude, you posted your video to YouTube.
Yeah, no
so
kidding.
I'm gonna say
thanks
yes.
for the clickbait. Not.
Yeah. I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, cold weather camping. I think that I think really that you probably should, if you're really planning on going cold weather camping, you need to practice. So go out and stay a night in your driveway when it's cold, so you can keep your ass safe, and, you know, just find out what your limits are and find out what it is that you need, the setup you need. Try, you know, whatever insulation you have underneath your sleeping bag, whatever sleeping bag configuration. I always take a wool blanket with me, and I'll throw that in my sleeping bag. And talk about staying warm. Good God.
You know, I go by Academy sometimes, and I'll buy, now they've gotten to be so cheap, a whole case of those hand warmers.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll just
stick them in your nuts.
Well, no, I hadn't really, you know, might have to try that.
Well, you stick it in the pocket of your underwear.
No, what I do is I throw a few down in the bottom of the sleeping bag, or down, you know, where my feet are. Cause I'm one of those type of people, and I don't know about anybody else, but if my feet are cold, the rest of my body stays cold. You know, a lot of people
wear socks when it's cold.
I do wear socks, you know, but I put those down in the bottom of the sleeping bag or whatever to help keep my my feet warm. And if they quit working in the middle of the night, and I just reach over and tear another one open, you know, and you roll it in your hand and then throw it in the bottom of the bag and wait for it.
No, that's a pretty decent idea right there. But, you know, having some sexy ass woman next to you while you are camping, all get each other naked, roll up in that blanket or that sleeping bag.
See, I just nah. Because I'm the one that's the hot natured person. So Amelia wants to like crawl
Dude,
up
that's not where
underneath
I was
me.
going.
I know this. Felicia wants to crawl up underneath
There you
me,
go.
you know, the whole 9 yards. And I'm like, y'all got to give me some breathing room in here. But they're like, we're cold.
Pull up Nessa's comment right now. Don't forget the willy sock if you sleep naked. Reminds me of the Red Hot Chili Peppers whenever they performed and they just had socks on.
Oh my gosh.
They were all naked with socks on their Johnsons.
Hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, that was the list that I had as far as cold weather camping. I know there's a lot more out there. There's, you know, obviously, you know, there's probably been some really good advice in the comments. They go so fast sometimes I can't see all of them. Chad's in the room. Chad Clifton came on. Thank you for joining. You're a little late, some bitch. But thanks for being here.
Oh shit. We don't want to hear any excuses either. I tell you what, I think that one of the things, and you mentioned it earlier on the diesel heater side of things, is there's some diesel heaters that are getting produced now that are they don't have quite the altitude problems. And I think that they're coming a long way. And I think that's just with anything, you know, have the technology, but I really like seeing people's like Brandon Waters. I mean, he's got one that sits outside on the ground,
and he camps more nights a year than you do.
I know. And it goes up to his tent, you know, all stuff. He's got a cool setup. And I don't know what
camps with a baby now.
Yeah, I know. I mean, well, I mean, honestly, when she was small, I was camping with her.
Yeah, I understand.
But yeah, so you know, the diesel heater thing, I think, has just come a long, long way.
Yeah. Hey, Jazz, what'd you think about is it Jaws? Jaws, not Jazz. Jaws Wick. Dude, that's a badass name. J-O-Z, Jaws. I'm saying that right? Jaws?
Yaz
Wick.
I think it might be silent.
Oh, there you go.
It's kind of like my wife. She works with a guy named, well, she calls him Jesus, but it's Jesus.
Yeah. Gotcha.
See, so he said, okay, wait, yes to me. Is it Yaz or is it yes to Michael? Hold on. I'm losing my track here. Saw it on Sunday. Yazwak. Yazwak.
I keep it as Yazwick.
Yeah.
Like as two names. I like
you are saying it right. Okay. Yaz.
Okay. It threw me off. Like I'm pretty sure that we talked.
I like it.
Yeah.
We need to go camp. Where he needs to go. Oh no, Michael's saying it right.
See? Yeah. I know my shit. Get off me, Lee.
Fuck
or
off.
No, Michael. Wait a minute. I'm not. No, Michael, I'm not. Or no, Michael is.
Oh, this is turned bad.
We need to stop. We need to kick him off the chat.
Kick him off. You're out. No soup for you.
Wizard of Oz with a J. Okay. I still don't know what that means. Anyhow.
Oh god.
We just made that a whole thing.
He's in Moore, so he's down there in your neck of the woods. Hey, wait, you're down there where they make oil fire.
Yeah, I know him.
They make oil fire down there in Moore.
They produce it there. That's their production, right?
Yeah.
Because their headquarters is in Tulsa, I believe.
Right. Michael is right.
Right on.
Well, you're going to get banned. Now that you said that. If you just said I was right, you could stay in, but now you're out.
Yeah, now yes, just got removed.
I'm just kidding.
Lifetime banned. It's all Lee's fault. Electric blankets, obviously if you have an electric blanket, you need to have a power source for your electric blanket, and they will suck the life out of your battery.
You can't say that on here. You can't say that word.
What did I say?
No, your boy here. Lead Slingers is made in Moore where.
Ooh, you do like Lead Slinger.
I do. Yeah, I have to admit it's good.
Yeah. You do like that, but we are an oil fire show.
Yeah, we are. Oil fire horse. Anyway. Is that a thing? Interesting.
They should sponsor the show. You're right, Chad. Curious, how many people give a hands up in the chat? Like, do your emoji with a hands up if you have tried oil fire, and give 2 hands up if you tried oil fire because of this fucking show. I want to see it. Come
well,
on.
we know we have some that aren't listening because we have Adam and we have Ryan down at CB Adventure.
Yeah.
Gosh, who else? So we have Justin at 23-0.
Chad with Overland Attic.
Chad with Overland Attic, which at
Chris,
first, you know,
Chris with More Expo.
Yeah, and his mom.
Okay, his mom likes it.
Whew. Nobody can hang with Mom Holloway.
Yeah, and his dad liked it too. We miss him.
You know what? Here's the Chad or Chris's dad.
Here's Chris's dad. There you go. Good man.
Shit, he's freaking awesome, man. I could listen to him tell stories. Holy shit.
He's drinking the big oil fire in the sky right now.
Here you go, man.
Yeah. Yep. Overland Radio heard it here. That must be Ashley.
That's Ashley.
Yep, Ashley and Jeffrey heard it here.
Look, yeah, so I mean, you know, we get on a kick. There's certain things we get on a kick about, and we probably beat them into the pulp.
The over under for tonight's show was 6. That is so funny.
What is it?
Hey, I'm telling you guys right now that it's possible that the boys from Oil Fire are listening to the show today.
Oh, that was not good because I wasn't on my best behavior now.
I had a couple conversations recently. It's possible that they're listening to the show tonight. So,
Aaron, I want to be at SHOT Show too, but my wife is on a cruise, and so I have to keep the Rugrat. Otherwise,
dude, I bet that's a good time.
Otherwise, I was going to be there because there's actually a trailer in Las Vegas. Matter of fact, Aaron, send me a message later and remind me. I'll send you over to a buddy of mine's place, and you can go check out some really cool overlanding trailers if you want. He's a really good guy. Anyway, sorry about that.
Huh. What part of the world is that in? Remind everybody.
Las Vegas, baby.
Yep.
SHOT Show is huge. I mean, you want to see all the badass guns and
that's it.
That kind of stuff. Yeah.
Right on. Right on. So what we got going on Thursday? We got someone coming on Thursday, don't we?
We got Chad from Overland Attic. Yeah. We'll be here on Thursday.
We're going to have a Thursday show. Same bat time, just a different bat day.
Crumb Snatcher. She's past the Crumb Snatcher thing. That's when they're about 1 to 3. She's 7. So now she's, you know, Rugrats or, well, actually, she probably passed
Crumb Maker. You should see the back of his fucking truck. Oh my God. First weekend he had it. I was like, what the fuck is going on? He was like, Milo's back here. Mimi's back here eating chips and M&Ms and bullshit.
Listen. She told me today that I needed to remember that when her mother was not at home, that she was the queen of the house, and I had to do what she said. And I said,
amen.
I said, but I'm the king of the house, and the king outrules the queen. And she goes, not in this house. And I was
not in this house. She knows.
Like, son of a bitch.
Her mom is raising her.
Oh yeah.
As women would say the correct way, and as every man would be like, what the fuck?
Yeah. All right, Chad, we'll plan on it. Aaron, hey, 18 acres of stuff.
Something slipped that we got to go back to. You talked about trading in the truck for what?
Either another one, maybe a new
with less miles.
Well, yeah. So I've had mine a year and not quite a half, and I have 34,000 miles on it. If that tells you anything. But
and you don't drive to work.
No,
that's strictly going on trips, basically.
Yeah. 28,000 of that was just pulling the Opus and going out last year and doing my 171 nights. But
Eric says, Eric, here you go. Here's the quote of the day.
No,
that's what you're trading it in for.
No. Not no, but hell no. There's 2 trucks. honestly, there's another Colorado diesel that's gray. It's the dark gray.
You don't want you don't want the boxer dropper orange?
Yes, my wife calls it. Well, I can't find another one, but this happens to be a dark gray one, and it's a Bison.
Oh,
And so they're willing to give me just about, I mean, like literally just about what I paid for my truck a year and a half ago.
well, and that's a
And
good
trade.
move because you could just put the alley cab right on it. Or are you going to get rid of the alley cab?
I still think I'm gonna get rid of the alley cab.
What are you going to get in replacing the alley cab?
There's a couple of trailers on the hit list right now.
Trailers.
Yeah.
You can go trailer and then have your bed back.
Well, I think I'm just gonna go to Chad and probably buy an iCamper and put on top of it.
Mm.
I mean, it's not like
Are you going to go bed rack? Or are you going to go?
Well, I mean, no, I'll go bed rack. I think.
Are you going to go all the way up high like mine, or are you going to go mid level?
The CBI
I'd
rack.
go mid level.
Well, I would too, but the CBI bed rack that they sent me is
that's right.
Full
and you're in
size.
bed with them right now, so
yeah. So I mean, I got everything for the truck. So,
dude, I watched their video the other day when they're rolling around somewhere.
Did you see that video they made? Yeah, that thing's nice.
Yeah. Well, it's where they're all traveling. They've got the red truck, the Colorado, and the Toyota Tacoma, the blue Toyota Tacoma, and then the Tundra.
Tundra, yeah.
Yeah. Great video.
Oh, it is
great views. I mean, where they're just wow.
Yeah, it's funny because if you look in one of those videos, and I stopped the video and took a photo of it off my TV, and I sent it to Nathan, the guy that owns CBI, and I'm like, dude, you were at my pass, because they stopped at this place called Odom Point or Odom Pass.
Ooh, that is your pass.
And so I was like, you were at my pass, and so he's like, yeah, he goes, you got to get up there and see it. I was going last year, but it started snowing before I could get up there. So anyway. So yeah, probably another Colorado.
If not a Colorado, I think I know.
You already know what it is, yeah.
And people would be fucking floored.
It's not a Rivian.
Nope.
What is it?
And it's something you talk shit about all the time.
Yeah, you're right. I think that if I went down that path,
diesel Jeep.
Yeah, I smack talk the shit out of Jeeps, but I am a diehard diesel guy.
Josh loves the fuck out of his.
Yeah,
he's got
I know.
The Gladiator.
Yeah, and see, Brad,
Josh with SoCal Expeditions. Yeah. Give a shout out. Go follow them Instagram. Super awesome dude.
Yeah,
Honda
really
Civic.
Is.
Yeah,
Honda Civic. So, yeah, I mean, as bad as I know, I talk smack about Jeep, but I like that low end torque, and I like the smell of burning diesel, like I like the smell of burning jet fuel.
So I think that my buddy Philip might be getting one, and he met somebody in Oklahoma that had one of the first diesels, and they had 37s, and they were still getting a ridiculous mile per gallon.
Like, I mean, if you stop and think about it, you know, the 2.8 Duramax that I have in mind, even with that alley cab up there bucking all that wind, I'm still getting 17, 18, 20 sometimes, depending on how hard I'm pushing it.
Yeah.
You know, well, actually, it's here lately, it's been even a little bit better than that. But I mean, it's efficient, you know. And again, when you mentioned diesel heaters, it kind of makes sense, because if you got a diesel truck and you got a diesel heater,
would you have it tap into your diesel tank, or would you have a separate tank for your diesel heater?
No, I think I'd have a separate tank, but if you carry diesel roto packs like I do, you know, it just makes sense. And you only got one roto pack, you know, that,
you know, I'm kind of over the roto packs. They're a pain in the ass, and they don't have enough gas in them.
You know, it's 2.5 gallons. It's like carrying one of those little, you know, for me, I think the only thing that's appealing to them is I can store DEF fluid in them out of the way and diesel out of the way in roto packs.
Well, the DEF fluid makes total sense, because you can get basically 1,000 miles out of a gallon.
Out of 2.5 gallons.
2.5 gallons.
Yeah.
Okay.
When you're towing a trailer. If you're not towing a trailer, I can get 5,000 or 6,000 out of it.
Okay. So it makes sense in that regard. But for me, I mean, I get Like when I was pulling that damn trailer, that Opus trailer, I was getting 11 miles per gallon.
Yeah.
It okay, you're gonna get another 50 feet with your tune. You know, I mean, it's just like,
Yeah. Yeah.
fuck, man.
I remember because you filled up twice.
I filled
between
up 2.5 times for every one time you had to get
one
gas.
time I filled up. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were going the same speed.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, I was following Michael.
Yeah. And we were going under the speed limit because that's my sweet spot.
Yeah. And so, you know, I don't understand why our government and everybody thinks of, and the problem is you have so many people that like to roll coal. So, Levin, that's cute. What does it say? That's my, you got that big power wagon. That thing
beautiful though.
That thing was on my radar too.
Yeah. He did a big I don't know if it was a new video or an old video, but he's like, it made it up the hill. That's all I care about. It made up the hill. I think it was posted possibly on Instagram or something because it wasn't a super long video. So it was just him getting that sucker up, you know, and, you know, we all know videos don't do the steepness justice, but you could just tell.
Yeah. No, you're right. It doesn't. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. What else we got? Oh, man, we're already over an hour.
We're over an hour.
So we got any more? All right. So does anybody out there have anything on the camping in cold weather? I mean, Michael hit on like a ton of good stuff, but does anybody have any tips or tricks that they want to, you know, throw out there, or you want to come on the radio? I'll send you a link real quick and we'll have you on for a quick minute if you want. But yeah, give us some of your thoughts. Man, I got to block somebody else. Anyway, seriously, drives me nuts.
Oh, you blocked him before I could get him off the screen.
Oh, well, here.
There we go. I could hide it.
Yeah.
We're doing it.
Okay. Anyway, so yeah.
Don't camp by water when it's cold.
No shit.
That right
especially
now.
if it's windy. Damn it.
Yeah. You want to camp. Okay. So that's another thing. Camp in the middle of fucking trees.
Well, I'll tell you something.
For the
else.
wind block, but you also got to worry more about tree fall at that point.
What boots do people wear for cold weather? Man,
duck boots.
You know, I got duck boots and they do pretty well, but that rubber at the bottom, if you don't wear wool socks, it's cold.
Well, yeah. Mine has a liner in it.
Well, mine does too, but it's still, for some reason, I mean, they still get a little bit cold. But
dude, we all know that you're wearing those fuzzy insulated Crocs.
Well, I mean, I got those. I have those, but I don't wear those.
Do you have them on right now?
Technically, maybe.
Prove it. For all you watching, prove it. Yep. See? Yep. That's what he does.
So, but no, I've actually thought about, Eric, I went and tried on some Danner boots, and man, they are really comfortable. I don't know how warm they'll be, but God almighty, they were comfortable. So I don't know. I'd like to know what everybody else is wearing too because like when we had all this snow, there ain't nothing worse than getting cold feet.
We did mention the rocks. The only thing that I brought up the concern that, you know, if you get, and Lee went with it a little bit further, but if you get a rock that has any kind of air pocket, you get a rock that explodes.
Yeah.
And I don't know enough. See, Eric, you know, Eric says it too. So, yeah, it's just one of those things. It's just, wool socks.
Yeah.
Any boots, great. Yeah.
And I'll tell you, when it comes to the buddy heaters, you got to remember a couple things. One thing we didn't touch on is when it's freezing cold and you got a buddy heater and you warm up,
condensation.
You got the condensation. Well, I've actually had the condensation freeze inside the alu cab. And it didn't hurt anything, but I mean, you know, it froze on the inside because
and that's where if you've got a butane heater, it works even better. But I think you've got more issues with the butane. Don't you have to vent that even more?
I don't know
enough about it because I've never had a butane heater.
But I know this: if you go to sleep with a buddy heater on low, and you get about 4.5, 5 good hours of decent heat out of it. I mean, on low in the alu cab, it doesn't keep it hot. It's just comfortable.
Yeah.
And you fall asleep. When you wake up, there's ice over most of the inside of that thing.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, but it does.
Yeah, that's where I really like the diesel heater option.
Yeah.
And and as I grow the kit in the truck, and as I I got to figure out what I'm going to do exactly in the back. Right now I've got my cases. Oh yeah, I had it the right way. My cases that I have everything in. Love to have a deck slide. I love my quick pitch, but I'd really, 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 really like to have a canopy camper of some type, or a skinny guy camper, which they're going to be in Tulsa.
We're going to actually have them on soon, and we may do a live little something. We're working the details out.
Yeah, they're going to be in Tulsa at the boat show.
Yep, they're going to be here, and those are made.
Badass.
They're made here in the Midwest somewhere. I don't remember where they're at now.
Where they're
Texas, I think, somewhere down Texas. But anyway, yeah. So those skinny guy campers are really cool. But what else was I gonna? Oh, and for all of y'all that are listening, make sure that one, don't forget to go out and like Michael's All Over Overland Facebook.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Instagram, but also we've kind of combined our media into the oneoverland.com webpage. And if you get a chance, go over there and get yourself signed up and create your profile. You can create groups, post on free classifieds. You can send messages to other members. There's the streaming TV that's on over there now. Obviously,
we've got some exciting things happening.
Yeah,
in the future over there for sure.
Yeah, there's some cool things going to happen. We got an events place where you can go post some events. We're going to actually have a bunch of different stores on there, different people that have small businesses. So I have a big focus on made in the USA.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a section in there that we're building up right now that's going to be a lot of that, made in America kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So head over to oneoverland.com, please, and jump in there. And if you get enough stuff going in it, and I can see the viability of it, I'm going to turn it into an app, and we're going to have an app.
Yeah, and another thing with the Overland Radio, if you're hearing us on the 365 live, or isn't that right? Live.
Yeah, live
365?
Live 365.
If you're hearing us on there, go over to the Facebook page for Overland Radio, like it. And if you're listening to us on the Facebook page, and go over to, we've got a YouTube page that not many people know about. We don't really push a lot about it.
Yeah.
But go over to the YouTube page. There's a few of you guys that look at it because we can see that are commenting from there. But go over to the YouTube page. We really need to build that page up. It's a little secret that nobody knows about, but we have that YouTube page. Go check it out. Obviously I do a podcast, I do a video with All Over Overland, so go and check those out. I usually try to do about one a week on the podcast also, and it's not done like this. Usually I don't do the interviews and different things like that. I give it basically a 20-minute, usually about a 20-minute podcast, and it's about my passion. It's about being passionate. It's about inspiring you guys to do things and giving advice, on the way that I want to overland. And I've got one about buying vehicles, and I think right now it's just insane. It blows my mind that you're thinking about getting rid of your vehicle and buying something else at this time of this freaking crazy pricing.
I'll change my mind tomorrow. Don't worry.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Cause you were going to buy a full size the other day. So
yeah, I mean, I've flipped back and forth. It's all about the money, what it boils down to. I mean, hell, just for those that don't really care, but I'm going to tell you anyway, I'm kicking around the idea, and I told Michael this tonight, I think I'm going to buy a 40-foot diesel pusher, and I'm going to tow my truck wherever I want to go and then go play.
Yeah.
So,
and Power Wagon Okie says full size because he's in the full size. And I used to think that full size was a bigger problem, but the only really place that I think full size causes issues is going to be and there may be other places, but a place that we frequent is Arkansas.
Yeah.
And, you've been out there, he's been out there with his Power Wagon. So he knows it's tight and you got to maneuver and do things. It's doable, totally doable. You're going to get more, pinstriping and stuff like that in some places. But even there, it's doable. You don't have to go on those tight trails. You can stay on the forest roads and stuff like that and make an easier go of it.
Yep.
But most everything west of us is more open as far as the trails.
Yeah, the East Coast would be a hard one, but that's all right. Who's it?
Totally.
Bill Burke's rig is bougie. He pulls it. See, I'm telling you, here's the thing, and I'm gonna say this, and it's probably gonna offend somebody, but like normally I just don't give a shit. But nowadays there's a lot of these trailers that are going for $50,000 and $60,000 for a trailer, and I'm talking about. I mean, these are nice trailers. I'm not
2 people, maybe
Yeah, but
3 if you're getting something a little more.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not trying to discredit the trailers. I'm
Mm.
just saying that if you pay $60,000 for a trailer and you still got to deploy all these awnings and walls and you still got to pop a top and you still
You
got
physically have to do them yourself.
all this work, is it really worth $60,000? Now, mind you, I've pulled around an Opus for 3 years and I got to unlatch some latches and fold it out and let the air thing inflate it. But it wasn't $60,000. It was like mid to high 20s.
Yeah.
But I think if you're going to pay $60,000 for one of these little 12-foot trailers that has all this stuff, I'm going to pay another $30,000 and I'm going to buy a 40-foot diesel pusher that's,
buy a used diesel pusher and
buy a used diesel pusher that's got, 40,000 miles on it, but it's still got every damn thing under the sun in it, and pull my truck wherever I want to go. I can't see spending $60,000 on something that's smaller than the vehicle I pull and will only sleep a couple of people.
Mm-hmm.
And now if you got the money and you want to do it, that's fine.
Yeah.
I commend you. And I think they're cool by all means, but $60,000, no. And hell, probably 2/3 of that, maybe not 2/3, half of that's probably shipping from, overseas. My wife's in logistics. She told me the other day that 2 years ago, one of her suppliers in Shenzhen, China, they make a product for Honeywell.
All right, you lost everybody. No one gives a fuck about that.
No, I know, but it was $800 to ship something. It's $9,000 to ship that same container now.
Now people do care about that.
So the thing is what it used to cost to get a trailer from, say, Australia here is, 5 times as much. So that's where a lot of that $60,000 is coming from. So
yeah, my first house was $41,000. Think about that.
That bitch
my
had
first
wheels
850 square feet. Yeah, it is bougie. Actually, I had a house fire, and after the house fire, it was pretty bougie after that. I gotta tell you. I gotta tell you, it was pretty damn nice after that.
Yeah. So I mean, one night we ought to have we'll do a show where we talk about. I think we ought to talk about the trailers and the cost of that, because you even touched on some of that earlier with the Bronco. It's just getting too crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
If you got it, that's okay. If you need a tax write-off, that's okay. But damn, man, $60,000 and you want to go travel around the country for the rest of your life with your spouse and kids or whatever, buy a fucking diesel pusher and carry a car or truck behind you when you get somewhere. Base camp that bitch and then take the truck and go.
Dude, after we've had Chad on a couple times from Living the Van Life. Man, his Sprinter is badass.
And he works the hell out of that thing.
I've never seen anybody drive a Sprinter van. If you haven't checked out Living the Van Life on YouTube, you need to.
And his cinematography is fantastic.
Oh, he's unbelievable. Yeah, he actually gets paid to do that shit for other people.
Yeah. So. And Jason at Mountain State's the same way. I mean, his cinematography is great too. But Chad, man, watching how he just beats the piss out of that van.
Yeah. Well, hey everybody, thank you so much for coming and listening to the show. I really appreciate everything that you guys do. And am I getting pissed?
You get your balls busted. While pushing that silly expensive RTT a few weeks ago. You talking about his quick pitch? Yeah.
Are you talking about my quick pitch?
I don't know.
It's not silly. It's robust.
Yeah. Eric's seen it. So
yeah. So anyway, thank you guys so much. Make sure that you go hit all the likes, hit all the shares, share the shit out of this show. And all the shows that we do. If you guys would please do that for me, I'd appreciate it. Just share it to your favorite group. We share it quite a bit, but share it to your favorite group. It always looks better when it comes from the people listening than the people producing it. So appreciate you guys. Lee, thank you so much for pushing all the buttons and just being one of my best friends, man. This
Got
has
it,
been
man.
a fun journey to be on with you, and we've got a lot of exciting things going on this year. I've had to scale back a little bit because I might have a big surprise coming up.
Yes.
Crossing my fingers.
You might. I think you do.
So
We'll see.
crossing my fingers, that would be a life-changing kind of thing. So you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. And whatever you do, make sure that you go all over.